can repeat every single Hamas or Russia Today talking point with impunity on this dog shit platform that used to ban people for making like covert Nazi symbols with their hands. It's so insane to me that Hasan gets away with this. God, I hate it so much. It's so disgusting.
Like, according to the survivors of October 7, there certainly was a shit ton of crossfire, and also on top of that, what the Israeli newspapers investigated October 7 and found credibility in the claims that like the Israeli government actually may have even implemented the Hannibal doctrine.
Like, Lil Bro is here like in his Dreamcast fantasies. Like, oh yeah, remember when they executed Order 666, where it was the IDF airships that came in and murdered hundreds of Israeli citizens and then tried to blame it on Hamas so they could go on their genocidal campaign? Like, get the out of here, bro. So fucking cringe.
So in the kibbutzim, he's just, what is he doing? The overwhelming amount of civilian casualties came at the hands of Israel. I've never said that.
Notice how these cowardly will never stake out a strong position too. They will never clarify. When you say some or a lot or majority, are we at 51% or 99%? I hate these weasel words. I hate these weasel words.
For the record.
Great, then let me just ask a clarifying question. Do you firmly believe that the majority of the 850 civilians were killed by Hamas?
My view is, even if it were half,
What a weaselly way to answer this question. What a weasel. I hope that everybody watching can see how much of a fucking slime snake this guy is, with the way that he tries to weasel, the way that he tries to worm his way like a disgusting, like a cretin around these questions. It's so disgusting. Own the answer. If you haven't answered a question, if you think the IDF killed half those people, then fucking say it, Norm. Don't do this like, well, even if it was this or blah, blah, just own it. Say what you mean what you say. If you're gonna say words are so important, then mean what you say.
The 850 civilians were killed by Hamas?
My view is, even if it were half, 400 is a huge number by any reckoning. It's
okay, wait, you didn't.
I said
wait,
even if
wait,
because Professor Morris, I don't know. I agree with Mouin Rabbani. I'm not sure if he concedes the 400. I'll say
why 400?
Because I have
thought up the
because
400.
Right, as I said,
of the 850
well,
slaughtered by Hamas. Maybe a couple of individuals were killed in this very action.
I don't know.
You're saying from day one you believe this particular thing, and you clearly don't. You clearly don't believe this thing. You don't.
From day one,
you said people died. That's not controversial.
Wait, hold on.
That's not controversial.
Mr. Bennell.
Notice that, and he refuses to engage with any of my questions. Anytime he gets cornered because he realizes he's a hack, I don't even like to call him a pop historian because I don't even think he would qualify as a pop historian. He's an activist, right? Or a hacktivist, right? Every time he gets called out on this, he has no response. He can't do anything.
I still very much maintain the position that yes,
a lot
Hamas militants and other Palestinian resistance forces that entered through the Gaza envelope absolutely targeted civilians and killed them. Both in the Nova Festival, it wasn't just crossfire, it was a deliberate attempt to kill civilians. Okay? But it was definitionally an act of terror. This is true. It is definitionally an act of terror in a similar in a similar vein to
the IDF.
Haitian Revolution or even the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, which is a comparison that Norm uses quite frequently. And
what a wild comparison. And this is what I mean also when I say why I don't like this Norm dipshit. It's because all of his dog shit talking points filter out into all of these other champagne socialist type losers that do this like war profiteering shit, where they just talk about these conflicts, make a ton of money selling impossible ideas, not having any actual analysis of what's going on, and then just like basically get everybody stirred up. And it's like this, what a stupid...
Did use on October 8th, I think, when he wrote, or October 7th when he wrote his article that is like very controversial now.
Because the names were published in Haaretz, there is no question that roughly of the 1,200 people killed, 800 of them were civilians. 850, fine. So I never said that, but then I said, no, we don't know exactly how they were killed, but 800 civilians killed, no, 850, no question there. And I also said, on repeated occasions. There cannot be any doubt, in my opinion,
Festival
as of now,
as a
with the
target is
available
not
evidence.
true. It doesn't matter. Once they fucking paraglided in and they saw what was going on, dude, I watched body camera footage of Hamas militants or other Palestinian resistance forces and their militants opening fire on fucking porta potties like mass shooters.
Oh, good job.
You do not do that if you are simply trying to kill Israeli security forces. You do that because you're there to kill as many people as possible. Please. Okay? None of those events justify Israel's occupation. None of those events justify Israel's apartheid state. None of those events justify the ethnic cleansing campaign
Porta
that
potties were at a
ensued
base.
on
That's
October
what somebody
8th.
said.
Okay?
Why were they protecting some with their bodies?
The
then?
actual targets that they were trying to hit and successfully did hit were military bases. Having said that, however, they did definitely seek out outposts like the kibbutzim that they consider a military target that I do not. And I've seen it. Like I watched it. I watched Palestinian resistance forces kill civilians. I saw it. I saw it with my own two eyes. I watched the footage. They filmed the footage. There is no reason to try to portray the broader Palestinian population or even the Palestinian resistance as perfect victims. Because I'm not in the business of trying to paint a black and white picture unless we're talking about the morality of an apartheid regime.
I love the borrowing from the rape language too. Did Hamas kill innocent people and, slaughter 800 civilians on October 850 civilians? Maybe. But what? Do you expect them to be the perfect victim of genocidal apartheid? Is that what you expect? What an unhinged comment. Let me wash my hands real quick. 1 sec.
If that was condemnation, according to Benny Morris, if that's real condemnation, can you imagine a world where I'm like, please, Yahya Sinwar, we have a fucking footage of some of these militants here executing people inside the kibbutzim. Could you please contextualize why this violence is occurring by telling us how Israel deserved it? Like, that is so unimaginable. It is literally, I think, illegal, okay? I would probably go to prison if I did something like that. I had a random teenager from Yemen on this broadcast, and these dipshits literally kept saying he's an anti-Semitic, homophobic, gay people executing terrorist Houthi.
Damn, he simulacrums his own past? Are you even allowed to do that philosophically? Is that possible? Wait, can you just tell your audience that, like, a thing that happened and reframe it completely differently? Like, bro, I just had a guy here who was just like a random dude from Yemen who just wanted to chat. I didn't compare him favorably to an anime character while laughing about how all of the hostages that were being taken by the Houthis were just like having a, good old time.
Does he know what One Piece is?
أكيد يعني منذ الطفولة وأنا أشاهد ون بيس لوفي.
Lofi?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way!
Yeah.
That's sick. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god, dude. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
The captain was Chinese, and he did qat with them, and he danced some music with them, and he was vibing. So he likes him. Yeah.
Hold on. When he says the captain was Chinese, I'm assuming he means like one of the Yemeni military captains? What, or does he mean one of the random captured people were Chinese? Would the Houthis be capturing Chinese hostages? No, bro, he thinks the Japanese ship is Chinese. Oh, he just thinks that all Asians are Chinese. Is that what the meme was? Because it was a Japanese flagship, I believe.
So, I mean, what...
Because that's such an interesting thing. What do you mean, like Chinese captain of your unit or of the other people, or was he just mixing up Chinese and Japanese? Or I might have been thinking of the Galaxy ship or whatever. Yeah, the Galaxy ship, I'm pretty sure was Japanese, I think. Also, that's true too. Why do you have access to hostages?